Hand stays on the wrist. This one comes to the hip. Up on the back, knee into the gap. Capture the back. Cool?
BJJ for breakfast.
2 takedowns I don't think I've showed you guys from the Russian yet, but I use them a lot. I like them, especially this next one. It's super easy. It's very low risk. Catches people off guard. So we'll start with the collar tie. Okay. If someone collar ties me, I'm never going to let them own this position. I either need to collar tie them back or clear the arm. I like to clear the arm. Okay. So if someone collar ties you, you're going to cross reach, no thumb, at the wrist. Shrug your shoulder. So bring your shoulder to your ear. Use the back of your arm on the back of his elbow. And then you're going to do a big look behind you as you pull his arm off. Okay. Then we're going to come here. So I'm going to go right up high into his armpit, get my shoulder on top of his shoulder, my head into his head, and then I'm controlling this, palm up facing me, into my chest. Okay, so we're going to be here. This is the control position, basically. There's a ton of stuff we can do from here. We've done it all before. But this is just called a shovel throw by or a shovel takedown. I'm going to take his arm. There's 2 ways to do it. You can do it off of this normal grip here. I like to do it off of this grip, though, right, where I shove into this key lock grip here, kind of like a Kimura. Gives you really good control of his arm. But not everyone does it from there, so I'll show both. You can also just do it from here. So once we get to here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to step on his foot, okay? This works really good when he's trying to circle kind of away from you and square up with you, right, where this leg is like a little back already. I'm going to step on his foot, and then I'm going to try to, just like I'm shoveling coal into a furnace or something, I'm going to try to put his hand to the mat. So we get to here, I step on his foot, and then I shove his hand to the mat. I keep my right hand on his wrist. I come to the hip, scoot over. I attach my seatbelt, stick my knee in the gap, and then I peel him, and I get his back. Very simple. That's using this grip here. Like I said, I like this grip though. We get here, you shove his hand into his belly, and you lock your arm, okay? This is also leads into the takedown we're going to do next week, which is the Russian roll, which is super cool. But from right here, so everything else is the same. So let's say he steps back with this leg, right? And I can't, and he's trying to square up with me. I'm going to step on this foot so he can't run, and then I'm going to plant his hand to the mat. Having that 2-on-1 lock gives you a ton of power to pull him forward. Same thing though, I keep my hand on his wrist so he can't just turn into me. I come to the hip, I scoop behind him, I lock in my seatbelt, I sag, and then I capture his back. Same thing, other side. Again, he comes here. Anytime I feel anyone do this, I should be going, no, we're not doing that today, sir. Okay? Thumb, grip here. Usually, you're fine to do control like this with no thumb. But if for this move, you want to have a good thumb grip here so I get good power shoving his hand into the mat. Everything else stays the same. Step on his foot, shove his hand into the mat. Keep your hand on his wrist. This one comes to the hip because he's going to be trying to circle and face into me, so I got to stop that. Then I scoop forward, the hand on his wrist comes over the shoulder, the hand on his hip goes under his shoulder, and then we're going to sag and peel. The back control, same thing with the hammer lock. We shrug it off, we get this grip here, head position, shoulder position. I shove his hand, so I bring his hand to his belly. I don't try to come here. If his arm is straight, I'm trying to grab my own hand, it's not going to work, right? I shove his hand into his belly, and I grab my own wrist. Step on his foot, shove his hand into the mat. Hand stays on the wrist. This one comes to the hip. Up on the back, knee into the gap. Capture the back. Cool? Let's run it. 1, 2, 3.
What's up, guys? If you like that, please smash the like button, tap the subscribe button to support the channel, and then let me know in the comments what you want to see next. Oh.